Hello everyone. Happy early Saturday morning. I love getting on early. Already had a cup of coffee. Cheers to everybody out there. Coffee drinkers, tea drinkers, doesn't matter. Cheers to the nice early morning. You have made yourself available for this amazing cleaning out the broom closet episode here on Twitchy Tuesdays Live. Welcome. I am Maloney Adams. I'm really excited to be doing these again. It's about time to get back live. It's about time to get back to reading cards live, just enjoying the vibe. Let me make sure this vibe is playing. I hope this vibe is playing for y'all. So, what Streamlabs has told me based on this configuration is I should be able to see the X chat. So if you are joining us from X, we're streaming live right now to YouTube, X, and Twitch. If you are joining us from X, I should be able, theoretically, they're saying, be able to see all the chats. So this is why I wanted to come back live. This is an opportunity. I'm also able to see, obviously, YouTube and Twitch. So if you have any questions, if you have any clarification that you need on the cards or on the astrology as we go through this cleaning out the broom closet episode for July 9th to July 15th, let me know in the chat. We will get it answered. All right. So just to level set, we have broken apart our Twitchy Tuesday episodes. So over on my other channel, Twitchy Tuesdays, you will find pre-recorded in-depth episodes and shorts that cover the Zodiac Spotlight, they cover the Chart Chronicles, and all of that gets deeper into stations, lunations, ingresses, some of these really important transits that are coming up, like Mars conjunct Uranus, and just really dives deep into those types of topics. Here, we get to have fun. We get to play with the tarot. We get to answer questions. We get to clean out the broom closet, get a little bit of wiping out for the week ahead. And because we are twitchy, our weeks totally start on Tuesday. Why? I don't know, because I wanted them to. And they go to the following Monday. So this will kind of give you an insight into next week. And then we always end on the Twitchy tip of the week. A totally intuitive, like, I'll be looking through social media or I'll be reading or doing something, and this little feeling comes to me and says, that's it. That is your Twitchy tip of the week. And then I share that out here. So that is what we are doing today. I have 3 decks today. They are already in the description box. We have the Aquarian Tarot that is going to be giving us our primary information, the Everyday Tarot. Apparently, there's going to be some clarity that we need to seek. And then to help us align into that Twitchy tip of the week, we have the Crystal Spirits Oracle deck. So we'll play around with all of those. All right, let's get to this cleaning out the broom closet. What do we have this week? What do we have coming up? 7-9. Jupiter in Gemini will sextile the North Node in Aries at 10 degrees, 7 arc minutes. And Pallas Athene stations direct in Scorpio at 19. Whoa. All right. Well, there you go. At 19 degrees, 46 arc minutes. So thank you for the other one. We've got 3 cards out so far. Let's see if there's another. Nope. Okay. So 3 cards out so far. First one to pop out was the Lovers. The next one is the World. We have the major arcana showing up today. And then we have the Chariot coming out. Well, right off the bat, when we look at these 3, I'm feeling no wonder that they wanted this Everyday Tarot to come in to give some additional clarity as to what is happening here. Because for this cleaning out the broom closet episode, these are our 3 guiding lights, our 3 pillars, the 3 things that we are going to hone in on in varying degrees, whatever that is. So we look at the Lovers, card 6 of the major arcana. in this Aquarian Tarot, which I love, by the way. Like, look at how amazing and beautiful these cards are. So with the Lovers here, there's something very deep this week, something very understood. There's a silent communication that is occurring out in the ether sphere, however that communication is getting to you. It's kind of this, like, I'm hearing the words, don't deny it. Don't deny what you're hearing. Don't deny what your intuition is telling you. Don't deny what this communication that you're gaining is. Like, these two lovers give no fucks about anybody else in the world. They don't give two shits. They only have eyes for each other. And yes, that requires a degree of vulnerability from each. It requires a degree of tapping into intimacy from each. It requires a degree of strength, of courage, of knowledge that the two of them can take on the world together. And place all of those things now in what you're interpreting yourself and the universe, yourself and your Ori, yourself and your ancestors, yourself, your messages, your guides, all of those things. How are you communicating, interpreting? It takes a teeny bit of vulnerability. It takes a teeny bit of courage to listen out there in the world, out there in the universe, and go, you know what? I know what to do with that, regardless of what everybody the fuck else says. It takes a teeny bit of courage with all of that. Also, it is Osei Ifa. Happy Osei Ifa to everybody. We also have Osei Orege Ye Oshun, Osei Yemoja. So hello, welcome. We've got the little frankincense already burning over here. So we've got a whole vibe going on. Then we come to the world. What do we have here? 21, the world. So there's a face, a hawk, a lion, and I believe a bull taking these corners. And in the middle stands this portal. In the middle stands you, this portal, this entry into another space. And maybe that's, I'm kind of feeling for some, maybe that's not you. Maybe that's the entryway into the next version of you that you're looking for this week. And, this Twitchy week, we are at 7/6. Tomorrow is the 7/7 portal. So as we then get into this following week, as we begin to build on all of these different days and different energies that are present, we just had that beautiful new moon in Cancer. How are all of these things now impacting you? What do you see through this portal? Who do you see through this portal? It's the world. Things are going. We're going to have to get some of this everyday tarot for this one, because I'm hearing multiple different things with this. It's like things are going to have to change. That's going to take us into that second Capricorn full moon. But it's kind of like, okay, we'll get to that. We'll get to that one. All right. The Chariot is what rounds us out. What do we have here? 5, 6, 7. So we've got coming up with this 7/7 portal, this Chariot, this warrior. What I love about this deck and this Chariot card is this doesn't have that duality to it. It doesn't have the horses, one in black, one in white. There's no imagery of actually movement forward. Sometimes the movement is internal. That's what I'm seeing with this. Sometimes the movement doesn't always have to be on this plane. Very, very wise women and men have stated for years to me now that, and I truly believe it, that things happen in the ether sphere, in the 5D. They happen in the spirit realm before they ever come down into the earthly realm. And that's what I'm seeing with this card is there is movement. There's movement up here. but it's not that movement that we see maybe in our physical area. All right. So we're going to get more into this as we talk about, ooh, that looks like a whole trip down the road. As we're on 7-9, this Jupiter, how is Jupiter in Gemini? How is Jupiter in Gemini for everyone? As a Gemini rising, my brain is not stopping. All things are possible. I love it. I can't wait till it goes over my ascendant. That's gonna be huge. My North Node is there as well. So yeah, that's gonna be a big moment when Jupiter heads over there. But being in those kind of depths of the 12th house, in for me with Jupiter and Gemini, my mind is just so much in like not necessarily another realm, but contemplating so much, contemplating ideas, wanting to learn, wanting to dig in. The Empress coming out. Is it just going to be a major arcana day? The Empress coming out. Um, Look at with the pomegranate. Just learn so much more. Dive into the fruits of what everything is all about. Dive into the fruits of what my experience is all about what, you know, what type of information and understanding I want to bring into the world. So with this sextile with the North Node, this is really lovely, right? This is really lovely energy. The North Node is what was activated throughout the very like quarter 1 and quarter 2 of this year, like the very end of quarter 1. The North Node began to get highly activated. And now here's Jupiter sextiling the North Node. Like, hey, we've got this. You're closing out North Node. You're closing out your time. Let's give this extra bit of juice. Let's give this extra bit of insight and understanding. Let's give this extra, ideas and you this card is just so lovely. I feel very nurtured with this card. I feel very I for lack of a better word, because this is the one that's popping, is beautiful with this card, but it's deeper than that. It's like that serenity. Ooh, serenity. I love that. It's like this serenity. It's like, all right, we're going to be just fine as, the North Node begins to close out its time in Aries. And as we begin to switch into the Pisces Virgo axis as we get towards September. So there's something really beautiful here that aligns with our coming back to this Lovers card, this deep connection inside into our authenticity. We talked at that beginning about giving no fucks about what's happening around you. You just focus on you and focus on what the world is bringing in. Focus on, kind of armoring up, getting ready for the next stage, getting ready for that next impetus, getting ready for that next nodal shift that we're going to be headed into. And then we've got that Palace Athene. Whoop, here comes 2 more cards. Oh my God. Y'all. I apparently like major arcana day. The Emperor. Ooh, we got the Emperor and the Empress side by side. Look at that. Another kind of lover stylistic, and we've got the Hierophant. Here we go. Presiding over the union, presiding over the blend of masculine and feminine energy. What a beautiful week to do so. What else do we have? So we've got, let's see, Sun in Cancer trining. Yeah, I mean, look at all of these. I think we talked about this last cleaning out the broom closet too. This kind of understanding that there's a lot that is between the masculine and feminine, those dualities, the polarities, etc. From that energy perspective, where we're bringing both together, where we do have to feel into things. We do have to find that serenity. And then we can make decisions and we can take actions on what we want with it. Coming back to this Chariot here. Um, all while making sure that that is coming from a perspective where we are listening, we are asking the appropriate questions, we are guiding, we're directing, we're, you know, where seeking counsel is a great thing that I'm hearing. Seeking counsel. Even here, look at this duality in this card. We've got the two individuals. Maybe that's the Empress and the Emperor standing before the priest, waiting for their rights as either they, define their union by maybe marriage or some sort of legal representation, or spiritual representation, whatever that looks like. Or what you can see here is um, that maybe it's the crowning, right? When we come to but let's come back to this world. Maybe it's the crowning. Maybe it's that next version of you that you're being indoctrinated into. All right, what else do we have? We've got the sun in Cancer on 710. Will trine Saturn. Oh, Pallas Athene, stations direct in Scorpio. Hold on. When this card came out, I was like, oh, there's Pallas. Hi, Pallas. So, yes, Pallas is a goddess asteroid. Yes, it is feminine energy, but it is the warrior energy. And it's the strategy. It's especially in Scorpio, like talk about like layers on top of layers, being able to literally dig to the depths of something. Excuse me. Being able to literally dig to the depths of something and strategically break it apart to be able to move forward to put it back together again. Hello, Pallas Athene, stationing direct. So here she is in all of her glory. She is the warrior. She is the one that stands firm. She is the one that can both at the same time understand from that higher perspective, gain that additional wisdom, connect into that galactic area, then come down and be able to make decisions, provide guidance, be able to take her entire campaign, all of her warriors, and lead them to victory. Take all the pieces that are needed and lead them to victory on behalf of the Empress and the Emperor, on behalf of the world. This Pallas Athene is intimately aware of what this card represents, especially coming in Scorpio, especially coming at 19 degrees. Intimately aware of what that's going to look like. So then on 710, we have the sun in Cancer, trining Saturn retrograde in Pisces, 1919. We have a lot of 19s. We have 4 19s here. So if anybody want throwing it in the chat, whatever, 19 angel number, there might be some additional messages. What is the energy of 19 bringing in? Let's see. The Two of Swords coming out. What a beautiful card. What a beautiful representation. The reason why I love this everyday tarot is it's so simplistic, and often in its simplicity is the most profound messages. It's the most profound understandings that we get. So the sun in Cancer trine Saturn retrograde in Pisces, 1919. So this is the opportunity here now that the sun has. Let me get this. And it fods in certain places. This is the opportunity now that the sun gets to be able to reach Saturn in Pisces. So way that I work with Pisces energy, the way that I work with planets that retrograde in Pisces energy is Pisces opens the veil. When planets are retrograde, that veil becomes kind of parts, becomes obtruse, like just the dissolving factor that is Pisces, the deep ocean, the unseen that is Pisces ends up reversing itself. It becomes a little more clear. The sunlight's able to penetrate a little bit deeper into that ocean. The dissolving, the like unclear, the veil ends up kind of, all right, maybe it doesn't dissipate fully, depends upon how you work with Pisces energy, but you do end up being able to see a little clearer. Now, it's still that maybe not to eyesight, but maybe third eyesight gets a little bit clearer. You're able to tap in a little bit deeper. And then here comes this sun in Cancer, another water sign that is going to be able on the 10th to penetrate down into that deep water. Maybe this is the first time that water for you has actually seen the light of day in a while. But there is some clarity that is coming in. And often with Saturn, it's going to be no bullshit. Especially Saturn. Saturn ain't got time to fuck around right now. Has no time. He has a very limited space where he is going to be retrograde this year. So he has no time to hold punches. He is going to cut to the quick. He's going to make himself heard here. And the sun is giving him that microphone. The sun in Cancer now, again, the sun in Cancer is, depending upon how you work with Cancer energy, might be asking Saturn to go a little bit, to understand how that might be interpreted in feelings, to understand that, hey, I will receive your message, but know that I may need a couple of days to process that message. Know that I may need a little bit of cry time. We love a good cry session. I may need a little bit of crying time. I may need a little bit of counsel. I may need a little bit of courage and love for a minute before I'm able to, coming back to this world, before I'm able to actually accept, or even maybe you accept right away, but even like truly understand the message that Saturn is providing. And definitely before you can take any sort of action on it, any sort of action that is needed. And some of that could be grief. Some of it could be, needing to let go. Some of it could be pride. Some of it, it's really about, where is this hitting in your natal chart? Where is the sun in Cancer? Where is Pisces in your natal chart? And how that energy is working with you. So that's going to be 7-10. Then on 7-11, I'm going to try and keep these all. Let's see if I can do this way. Okay. On 7-11, Venus in Cancer will trine Neptune retrograde in Pisces. 29:55. Y'all, how is the Pisces area of your chart doing right now? How are we doing? All of my Piscean friends. The sun in Cancer will also trine Pallas Athene, now direct in Scorpio. 19 degrees, 47 arc minutes, and hallelujah, we get a lovely Venus headed into Leo on 7-11. So we got two cards out. Now, Venus headed into Leo, I did do a zodiac spotlight on, and you can find that on Twitchy Tuesdays. And we have Strength and the 10 of Pentacles coming out for this day. Beautiful card. So Venus in Leo. You can't get better imagery for Venus in Leo than the Strength card. And, as I'm kind of laying all of these cards out, it's sitting right underneath the Chariot. There's something with Venus and Leo here. And this 10 of Pentacles, like, I'm hearing the term counting your blessings, but it's more so than that, because it's that and more. Let's call it that way. Again, look at the duality in both of these cards. We have the masculine, the feminine. Look at the 10 of Pentacles. You have the masculine representation here. I'm going back to the Emperor. It looks very similar. Look at this Emperor. Look at how close. Oops. Hello. There you go. Look at how close they look. Also facing different directions. But then you have the two female forms here, accepting and receiving. Accepting and receiving. So Where I'm going with this is Venus, excuse me. Venus in Leo, we have to go back to 2023. Venus did her retrograde in Leo over last summer. Excuse me. It was a beautiful, beautiful retrograde. Really got us into the nitty gritty of what do we want. Challenged us to with her squares that she was making to the outer planets, challenged us to really go bigger, go bolder. Her squares were to Uranus and Jupiter, and get into exactly what you want. So here we are a year later on 7/11, checking in. Is the bounty what you thought it was with this 10 of Pentacles? I mean, if you go by the cards, the 10 of Pentacles, fuck yes, it is. Like, there was some rich ass fruit that you got from last year that you have been able to take through this year, work on, have the strength and the courage to bring forth, to transform yourself, coming right underneath this Chariot card, to take the actions that were needed. Again, those actions with this Chariot, it may not have been a lot that you did in your physical realm. It may have been a lot that you did in your mental realm, in your internal, your spiritual realm. And now you are seeing the fruits of all of that labor as Venus heads into Leo, as Venus retraces all of her steps, meets up with Uranus again, retraces everything, and also meets up with Jupiter just in a different configuration, with Pluto as well, and comes in and goes, okay, I got this shit. Like, this really did, holy shit, this really did work. All of these things really did come out. Now, what I see here, so when Venus, which you'll see here on 7/12, Venus heads into Leo and immediately opposes Pluto retrograde in Aquarius at 1 degree 7 arc minutes. This card is, to me, that total representation. Here's Pluto, here's Venus in Leo, and like, I'm getting this feeling that Pluto is kind of the one you have to supplicate to with here before these 10 pentacles can be begotten, be integrated, be. I'm totally seeing a Plinko board. I don't know why they're showing me a Plinko board. It's almost like, okay, all right, I hear you. Yes. So Bob Barker and playing Plinko, which we love. It's almost like, Pluto here is the Bob Barker, and you can't get your Plinko coins in order to win all of the money that you want to win, in order to, um, you know, take away whatever you're looking to take away, until you earn your right through Pluto to do so. And so that's kind of what we're doing over 7/11 and 7/12, is Pluto's kind of going to check in and go, all right, how far did you come, Venus and Leo, from last year? However many Plinko coins you get, you're going to be able now to place them on the Plinko board and begin to earn and reap the benefits of all the work that you've done. Begin to be able to earn the rewards that you were looking for as you've gone through this past year and made all of these changes. All right, Plinko, there you go. So that's really, like, there's this very key piece in standing in your power, reason why strength is here, ensuring that you're selling yourself to Pluto the way that is real, it's raw, it's authentic, and then not being afraid to head up to that Plinko board and knowing wherever you place that chip, it's going to fall exactly where it's supposed to. It is going to come down and reap all of those benefits for you. On the same day that Venus in Leo opposes Pluto retrograde in Aquarius, Vesta in Leo will trine the North Node in Aries at 10 degrees even. So that's the other piece here with Venus. The other piece is, and coming out, this is like the Hierophant coming out again. Vesta is in Leo. How can you use the goddess's wisdom as Venus comes in? How can she look to that crone style energy of her elders, of her higher, these higher perspectives? And even with Vesta, I'm even feeling a little like Venus here in Leo is the maiden. So maybe it's not even Vesta being the crone, but more so being the mother and being able to provide that level of support, nurturance, and energy because Vesta's been here. Vesta's been doing her thing in Leo. She can kind of give Venus, she has been co-present with Pluto for a hot minute now. She can give a little bit of insight, coming back to this Hierophant, give a little bit of insight, actually, coming back to this world. Hello, Vesta in Leo. There's the lion right here. She can provide the perspective to Venus that she needs in order to make the most of her time here, in order to fulfill, in order to get those Plinko chips, and in order to completely maximize everything that she's doing. All right. What else do we have? We got the sun in Cancer will also sextile Juno in Virgo at 21 degrees, 17 arc minutes. Now, after all of that occurs, because the universe is amazing to us, we have 2 days, the 13th and 14th, that have zilch, zero, nada coming into it. And I love that for us because we got to settle into this energy. We have to make the most of it. We have to play our Plinko. It's going to take us 2 days to play all of our Plinko chips. Let's just be real, right? We weren't fucking around. We did the damn thing over this past year. So we got a lot going on. We need to get all of these things settled. Let's see what we got here. All right, so we got to get a lot of things settled. We have 2 days to integrate. We have 2 days to play our Plinko. Off we go. Then we end the week, 7/15, with a beautiful Vesta in Leo, sextiling Jupiter in Gemini, 11 degrees, 13 arc minutes. Remember, anything that Vesta does, Venus is going to come right behind and do as well. So she's going to have a lovely sextile coming up with Jupiter. We'll get there. But Vesta's going to go first, sextiling Jupiter in Gemini at 11 degrees, 13 arc minutes. We have the sun in Cancer squaring Chiron in Aries at 23 degrees, 29 arc minutes. Mars conjunct Uranus in Taurus at 26 degrees, 19 arc minutes. We're going to talk all about that one, but let's finish out. We got Mercury in Leo squaring Pallas Athene in Scorpio, 19 degrees, 54 arc minutes. Okay, well, hold on. Whoop. Got 2 cards. Woo! All right. The burdens we bear, the burdens we shall bear, y'all. All right, let's see what we have here. Thank you. All right. We got lots for this day because this day is a whole day. Let me get these out and see what we have. We have 3 of Wands coming out first. 7/15, I ain't gonna lie. Mars conjunct Uranus in Taurus. There's gonna be some things happening on that day. I have the chart chronicles coming out on Monday for that on my Twitchy Tuesday channel. It's already there. You can notify me. It's a premiere, so you can go ahead and link it. And as soon as it becomes live, you can go and watch it. You'll get a little, notification, etc. It's a big day. There's a lot of energy that swirls around Mars conjunct Uranus. And then we have 3 other configurations that are also present that day. Are you going to be able to hear them? Are you going to be able, it's almost like, look at even the symbology in this card. It's like you're standing, look at this ocean. There's boats here. You're standing in the middle of the ocean. We are in Cancer season. You're literally standing in the middle of the ocean while all of these waves are going on all around you. And you have three other energies that are present, and you're just trying to hear over the waves, this wave of Mars, Uranus, and Taurus. You're just trying to hear and interpret and, quite frankly, not lose your fucking shit. Not lose your shit. Because 10 of Wands, there is a high likelihood to lose your shit. There is a high likelihood to be overwhelmed, to carry burdens, to, I talked about this. Ooh, I like these other cards that are coming out. This is wonderful. I talked about this in the Chart Chronicles episode, which was all about, watching what you do when Mars conjuncts Uranus and Taurus. And it's truly like this energy apexes on the 15th, but we're going to start feeling this more and more and more tomorrow on the 7/7 portal, and we're going to build up to this 7/15. So maybe this is the buildup from this next week that you're kind of carrying, but what I more so align this with is whatever choices you make on 7/15, you are going to have to carry into the future. You are going to have to carry forward. Now, that's kind of a given in all days, all times, but there's something very prominent with, again, all of this work that you've been doing, over this last year. This is going to be the day that's going to show you, and you're going to be able to exercise. It's like, are you truly who you say you are? You say you've done all this work. Great. Guess what? You're going to get a chance to prove it. So all of the things that you do on that 15, all of the things that we do that aligns with this Mars and Uranus and Taurus energy, wherever Taurus is in your chart, all of those things you're going to have to carry forward. That's a lot of wands to carry. That's a lot of energy movement. That's a lot of passion and desires and choices that need to be made. Now, here's the next two cards. The Page of Cups and the Knight of Cups. Another duality, another masculine and feminine. There's something here, like you look at Vesta in Leo sextiling Jupiter in Gemini the same day. You look at the Sun in Cancer squaring Chiron in Aries, looking at Mercury in Leo squaring Pallas Athena in Scorpio. This is no bullshit. There's going to be decisions on the 15th, leading up to it, waning away from it, somewhere around this energy center. And again, some people will feel this energy more intensely even before the actual day comes. Depends upon how you work with all of those energies. But there's going to be some decisions that are going to be made. There's going to be some choices that you are making. And, these two cards for me, and with the last one here, the Moon, there is a need to balance the decisions that your heart wants to make and the decisions that your head needs to make. You have the heart here. It says Page, I'm going to like Princess of Cups, right? You have the heart here. You have high emotional intensity. It may be something you're extremely emotionally tied to. But with the Knight of Cups, the Knight has to be the one to stand in the head, to stand strong, to say, all right, princess, I can take your cup. I have no problem holding that emotional desire, the emotional fortitude. I have no problem holding. I have no problem being intimate with you. I have no problem looking at you directly in the face. But I am also telling you, I am making this decision. I am making this decision from the head. As the world looks on, I am making this decision that's going to be impactful to us. I am doing it with clarity, with foresight, the Chariot. I'm doing it with a deep understanding. I'm doing it with knowledge. I am doing it for the betterment of everyone. And it may not be the exact decision that you think it should be, but it's the right one. It's the one that comes from the head, but takes into consideration the heart. Decision has to be made. Choices are going to be made. How are you going to move forward? Coming in with the moon, finalizing everything. Another dual card. Here you have Cancer. Here you have the sun in Cancer, squaring Chiron and Aries. Ooh. Ooh. That decision. Again, you're here saying, okay, you said you've done the work. Prove it. How have you done the work? How has all of this come about? Because that Chiron, is that going to trigger some things as you're having to make these choices, triggering things from the past, opening up other maybe shadows that you need to deal with? Again, having the courage. This Lover's card, more, I get that the Strength is about courage, but this Lover's card is so full of courage. Love is courage in its own right. You have to have courage to be in love. You have to exhibit that every single day. You have to have courage to be vulnerable, to put yourself out there, to break down the walls that you have built up, break down the wounds that Chiron is showing you that you need to heal in order to be able to have intimacy with another person. In order, like our biggest healings come from our relationships. You do a lot of healing work on yourself. You have to work on yourself. You have to face your own shadows. But those shadows get mirrored to us. They become very much more prominent and prevalent as we engage with others, especially romantic relationships. So here we have this sun in Cancer squaring Chiron and Aries, like really, really, truly asking us, like, here's maybe something, or it could be showing us completely, look at what you have healed. Look at fucking you making decisions with your head, taking into consideration your heart. Look at fucking you doing the damn thing. Look at you being willing to bear those burdens. Look at you being willing to stand in the middle of the storm and be grounded and listen and come in and center, hold the tongue, listen, be the observer. Look at you. Look at you doing the work on yourself. Two sides to the story. We've been talking about duality all day. Let me see where the moon is at. Getting the honeycomb. Y'all, this is the most amazing thing on the planet. It is a honeycomb. I highly encourage, if you are into astrology, it's one of the best things ever. So let's see where the moon is at. We're on the 15th. Let's see where the moon is at. July 15th. We have the moon in Scorpio. The moon is in Scorpio. Look at that. The moon enters Scorpio on the 14th. And then here we are with the moon in Scorpio. It's going to be at 19 degrees where, look, 19. Y'all, 19. Let's go look at that number here in a second. But Pallas Athene is at 19 degrees. So as all of this is going on, let's see. Yeah. Well, it's coming up. So anyways, the moon is in Scorpio, right? Another water sign, another digging in sign, another impetus for like there's so much water here in all of these cards outside of this 10 of Wands. Every card that we pulled in for this day all has watery components to it, all has emotional components to it, all has feminine components to it, all has that need. Dude, look, 7:15, stay fucking hydrated. Maybe that's the day that you water fast. Stay hydrated, my friends. There's just all right, they want me to look up the 19th. What 19 means. So give me a second. Let me get my internet up. Okay, so angel number 19. Let's take a look and see what it says. There you go. Spiritual guidance and manifestation. So this is coming from numerologist.com, angel number 19. I'll make sure to put this link in the description box and chat afterwards. What does it mean? 19 angel number carries a special message of hope and opportunity that can transform your life if you know how to interpret it correctly. Let's explore what the 19 means. Okay, that's not what I needed. Angel number 19 is a powerful sign of spiritual guidance and manifestation. This number is seen as a bridge between. I hope y'all have been with me this whole time, because you can't make this up. This number is seen as a bridge between the earthly and spiritual realms. Yay, and Orun. Suggesting that with effort and commitment, your aspirations can be achieved. Remember, talked about it happens up here before it comes down here. The number 19 represents progress, success, ambition, determination, creativity, independence, and self-reliance. Okay. It invokes taking a leap of faith and mustering up the courage to tackle something new, such as leaving a secure job for something more certain, but potentially rewarding, like pursuing one's own business venture. Despite their intimidating appearance, facing these difficulties can offer spiritual growth if we confront them. Additionally, it might be tricky to juggle personal and professional commitments without feeling overwhelmed. Finding ways to strike an equilibrium between both is essential here. All of the dualities. Well, all right. That's why the number 19 was present. So this week is a number 19 week. There we go. All right. Before we get to the Twitchy tip of the week, let me grab these Crystal Spirit Oracle cards and get some guidance. So what I want to do, because the 15th is such a heavy day. Whoa, all things came out. Give me a moment. I would like to get a card for the 9th through the 14th, and then get a card different for the specific energy of the 15th. Okay. All right, ancestors, spirits, can we get a guidance crystal for the 9th through the 14th to help us navigate the energies that are present? Thank you very much. Labradorite. Beautiful. I'll show you what that stone looks like, because I actually have some here. And then can we please get one for the support for this 7:15 Mars conjunct Uranus in Taurus time? What is the stone that you recommend for the 15th? Support us in navigating those energies. So Sunstone was in the other one. I'll give you a little surprise heads up. Sunstone was in the other one. We've got 3 coming out here, and I'm okay with that. Sometimes 3 fucking stones are needed, y'all. All right. Let me put these down. All right, let's start with labradorite. Oh my gosh, I have so many cups. Wait a second. So this is what labradorite looks like. It's a beautiful, it's kind of got this like shiny surface on it. This one is raw. So it's got just, they've shined up just the top, but I have 2 different types when I work with crystals. I love having raw crystals. So just, not polished up. But then also there is something to having polished stones too, where you can like use them, you can rub on, like they're both beautiful. Depends upon what you're looking for, depends upon the energy that you're trying to bring forth. Um, but labradorite. So let's take a glimmer and a glimpse into labradorite. We have 29, and let's see what they want to say with this. Okay. Essential meeting. Awakening to the magic within, mystery and synchronicity, help from unexpected sources. As we go about our healing work, bring love and light into the dark corners of our hearts and our lives. We can forget that alongside reason and logic is the very practical tool of magic. Do you think of magic that way, or did you buy into the notion that the healing toolbox contains only what can be defined, tested, predicted, and controlled by humans and their current technology? Labradorite Spirit is here to tell you to believe in the mystery of how the conscious universe finds ways to support us in healing what is broken, for its ways are magical. You are being called to make a conscious choice to acknowledge the reality. Where was I? Oh, invisible to the senses that makes itself known through the meaningful coincidences. The universe is never so lazy. Pay attention to synchronicities bearing messages from the conscious universe, which is eager to see you replace what you have lost and repair what has become frayed or broken. Listen to the part of you whispering that something small and seemingly insignificant has great importance. Boy, this is sounding just like what we've talked about in the last 56 minutes. For it is speaking the truth of magical synchronicities. So here's the meditation to do with labradorite present. Labradorite is a stone of magic that opens up our third eye and assists us in seeing the unseen. Meditation with this stone illuminates our darker aspects, which, once embraced and fully integrated, often turn out to be our strengths. Labradorite protects the energy field and can be utilized in magical workings, shamanic journeys, and astral travel. So that's the stone, 7-9 to 7-14. Let's get into the 3 stones that make up our 7-15 journey. So we have Apache Tears, stone 5, Lapis, which I have but not on the desk. Lapis is a great stone, feeling very throaty. Fluorite, I also have, love this stone too. I don't know if I've ever owned an Apache Tear. I have to think about that. But Apache Tear is number 5, Lapis Lazuli number 30, and Fluorite number 24. So let's see how these all work together. So Apache Tears number 5. Let go of grief, recovering from the past, releasing pain so old wounds can heal, or old wounds heal. Before we came to this planet, our souls agreed to experience both love and loss in this lifetime, along with the pleasures and pains of being in our bodies, so that we might experience a sense of purpose and fulfillment and find our destiny. There is great beauty in being broken open, for a heart that is fully expanded with grief is one that truly understands that, quote, rejection is God's protection, unquote. Faith in something bigger coming our way will set the wheels in motion for attracting that which we most deserve. Often we simply cannot recognize that there is a far better plan to work out than our own. The message of Apache Tears Spirit is not to fear or repress your emotions. Release them through your body so you can prepare yourself to heal from the heartache and receive all that the conscious universe has in store for your pleasure and happiness. The meditation. Apache tears are a translucent, water smooth type of obsidian, invaluable in helping us process loss. Carry an Apache tear while grieving can assist us by providing a focal point and encouraging us to release painful emotions. Once the grieving process feels complete, the stone can be buried in the earth, allowing the emotions to be transmuted. Ooh, I love that. And it did come over. I did place it on top of the Three of Wands and the Ten of Wands. So whatever that is, that might be how that needs to roll. So the lapis lazuli is over this Page of Cups and this Knight of Cups. Let's get this up. Bam. Spiritual truth, enlightenment, meditation, unity consciousness, inner vision. What you seek is here. If you push aside the distractions and fears created by your ego and become silent, tune in, and phone home to the conscious universe, the source of all love, strength, and wisdom. The law of non locality ensures that you can gain whatever you need that is hidden from you when your mind is in a non ordinary state of thinking and perceiving. You can achieve this through the practice of meditation and prayer. Reconnect with the conscious universe now. That's the message of this crystal. You are overdue for a renewal of your spiritual alignment. Lapis lazuli spirit also brings a reminder that your mind is a microcosm of universal consciousness. You always have access to the conscious universe through the channel of your authentic self. There comes all of that Aries energy. Enlightenment comes when you go within and open to the light that is all around you and within you. I may say this wrong. Epiphanies abound. Oh, my bad. I thought it was a name. Nope, it's an epiphany. Epiphanies abound once you quiet your chattering mind and tune into the higher mind, where ideas beyond your current grasp flow easily, ready for you to access them. The meditation with this stone is meditating with this stone allows us to connect with the sovereign within. It allows access to that part of us that knows and is willing to share knowledge and guide us, not to what we want, but instead to what we need. Decisions of the mind, taking into consideration the heart. Now, wonder we had so many major arcanas present. All right, last one is going to be fluorite. This is over the moon. Clarity and purity, clear focus, an end to cluttered thinking. Ooh, yes. When the way forth is clear, a sense of purpose and enthusiasm arises and the fog of distraction lifts. That first sentence. When the way forth is clear, the decisions, the choices that need to be made, that masculine energy with the lapis lazuli, with the page or the princess and the Knight of Cups. Fluorite spirit appears when confusion is about to disperse, giving way to pure wisdom and free, unambiguous intentions. It reminds you that you can achieve clarity by slowing down and consciously choosing to release any confusion or distractions. Like a still pool reflecting the beauty of the sky, a calm state of mind can produce the clarity you seek. Allowing your intentions to be pure, obstacles to co creating can slip away as you work with fluorite spirit to magnify all that is pure, good, and loving within you. Focus on that and it will be amplified. What I love about these three is it's the progression. Apache tears, grief, loss. You must open yourself up to that shadow area. You must work through that. Lapis lazuli, in comes all of that higher perspective and wisdom. And then fluorite, being able to take that wisdom, you've made decisions, you're working forward, and now the way becomes clear to, and it's sitting right underneath strength and 10 of Pentacles and the Chariot. All of that energy goes on the way forward. All of that brings it into, like, there's all obstacles are out of the way now. Now you can just thrive. All right, crystal spirit meditation. If you are looking for laser sharp focus, fluorite is your best friend. This is a fantastic stone to employ when studying, while learning something new, or when you just need to retain important information. This is an excellent stone for children in school, but should not be kept in their bedrooms as it may disrupt sleep. There you go. Done and done. So that closes out all of the messages for cleaning out the broom closet, our Twitchy week, 7/9 to 7/15. This is the point in this live where I ask if you are finding value, if you like what you are seeing here today, to please go to my new, because this is a new channel, Twitchy Tuesdays Live, where we are only going live on this channel. So we need to build it up. We need to share the love. We need to get subscriptions. This is where I'm going to be going live from here on out. So if you found value in the information here today, enjoyed this live, even if you are watching it on the playback, make sure to hit that thumbs up or heart, subscribe or follow, and explore our other content, including Twitchy Tuesdays, where Zodiac Spotlight and the Chart Chronicles can be found. All right, we are at the end, my friends. Another cleaning out the broom closet in the bag. And here is this random, beautiful tip that I found that I love so much because of two things. Let me quote for those that are just listening and maybe not on the visuals. This is a quote by Julian Assange. If wars can be started by lies, peace can be started by the truth. And I love this so much because it has dualistic meaning, more duality here, of the collective, but also personal. What lies are you telling yourself that is creating wars within you? That is creating the wars of not leading your most authentic life, not being on your destiny path, not being in, high authenticity, self-worth, vibrating at this just most amazing level that you are designed for. Maybe, just maybe, again, this is Julia Assange quote. I love it. I feel like this is real. Just maybe telling yourself the truth can bring the peace within. That is what we have for you today, everyone. My dear friends, thank you so much for joining me. It has been divine. I love this. I love all the messages. Great week ahead for us. And we're going to close it out. May your days be filled with enchantment, your nights be guided by the stars, and your spirit forever be in tune with the cosmic dance. These third eyes, let's keep them open, my fellow Twitchy seekers. Until next time, blessed be and stay twitchy, y'all. Bye.
In the cosmic dance, where stars align, Milani guides us through signs divine, astrology secrets in the night sky, revealed in her sessions where mysteries lie. Twitchy Tuesdays, where the curious go. Tarot cards spread futures foretold in Milani's realm. Watch the magic unfold. A sage in the cosmic dance, where stars align, Milani guides us through signs divine, astrology secrets in the night sky, revealed in her sessions where mysteries lie. Twitchy Tuesdays, where the curious go. Tarot cards spread futures foretold in Milani's realm. Watch the magic unfold. A sage in the cosmic dance, where stars align, Milani guides us through signs divine, astrology secrets in the night sky, revealed in her sessions where mysteries lie. Twitchy Tuesdays, where the curious go. Tarot cards spread futures foretold.